Hi, this is Dawn Olszewski and welcome to another episode of How'd You Do That? And today is a Technique Tuesday card where I make the card from start to finish in under 10 minutes. And I love this. This features a special technique. It is called Double Texture Embossing. We have one texture here and a second one here. So let's get started. The cardstock that you'll need for this project is a piece of Wisper White. This measures 3 3/4 by 5 inches. The next piece is the brand new Summer Starfruit, and this is 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then this is your card base. This measures 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. And then the last little piece that you'll need measures 1 3/8 by 2 inches. We're going to start with the larger Wisper White. Okay, so to get our double texture, we are going to use some Big Shot products. This is a texture folder. It's called Fancy Fan. It's brand new from Stampin' Up. This is going to be our first texture. And then our second texture is from the Designer Frames. And this is the rectangle frame that we're going to use. We'll slide this one in. And what I like to do for this is I'm going to slide it all the way in sideways. All right. I want to keep this area free to do little stamping. Come in just a little bit here. And I'm actually going to pull this down just a tad. See how you can still see a little texture coming across the top there. And then I'm going to center it. I'm going to look at my patterns here and center it from side to side there. Okay. And actually, if you line it up right where the texture begins, you're looking pretty good. So I'm going to run this through the Big Shot. Okay, so here we go. This was just sandwiched between 2 cutting plates and no tabs. I prefer that for my machine. And here is that texture. Isn't that beautiful? I love this texture on here. So now for the double embossing, it needs a second step. So we're going to add this frame, and what I did is I took some chipboard. This is a little bit thicker chipboard, and I ran it through the Big Shot and got the impression on it. Then I took my scissors and just trimmed outside that, and this is what I got. And whenever I have these kinds of things, I refer to them as templates, and so I saved it. I put some adhesive on the back side. I'm going to be able to attach it here. So we'll talk more about how this works in just a minute. So what we'll do is I'm going to actually get my sandwich ready for this, or at least my multi-purpose platform. I will have tab 2 on this. Okay, so all the tabs are closed. I'm not going to have any plate on the bottom here. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my frame and I'm going to position it where I want it on my piece of paper here. Now where I want to position this is, if I look closely, I want about the same amount of white space around my frame. So I'm just going to do that real quick here. That looks good. And then, because I had that adhesive on top there, I'm going to place this right over the image, and that's going to act as a shim to give pressure just in that spot. All right, so this is, remember, no cutting plate on the bottom and then a cutting plate on top. All right, so let's take a look. Oh, isn't that beautiful? This is such a cool look and very easy to do. So then let's add some stamping. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is add a greeting, and this is from Curly Cute, and we're going to use thank you, but I love this set as it has all kinds of greetings that you can use throughout the year. And we're going to use one of Stampin' Up's new ink colors. This is called Midnight Muse. Love the brand new inks. They're fun colors as well as the firm foam, so that's the new feature. There we go. All right, we're going to stamp our peacock. This comes from the World Treasures. It's a Stampin' Up brand new stamp set in the 2012-2013 catalog. All right, so I have mine all ready to go. This is a Clear Block E is what I find that it fits best on. And I'm going to give this an inking Now, this is a little bit larger of a rubber image, so I do want to spend a little bit of time, even though this is with the firm foam, you don't have to spend quite as much time. I know that my legs of my peacock are landing right there, but I'm going to have them come off the page a little bit. And remember, that white piece was only 2 inches by 1 3/8. I'm going to give good pressure all the way around. So I'm with this large image. There we go. Pull that off. And there, I love that. There is a little bit of splotchiness, and that's partly because this is just such a large image. I'm going to take my blender pen and just blend those areas a little bit here. And there we go. So we're going to just do a little bit of coloring. This is the Stampin' Right markers. I'm going to get out the Summer Starfruit. And this is very just simple coloring. I'm going to use my brush tip, but I'm going to use a very light touch and just barely touch some of those small areas. We'll come in and do these kind of diamond oval shapes, I guess we can call them. You can color as much or as little as you want. Just going to do that. And then these little flowers that are here, just kind of touching and swiping. Alright, so now we're ready to assemble. So what I'm going to suggest for this is that you put adhesive just at the bottom where there's no texture, and then so we can preserve this texture on the rest of it, I am going to put adhesive on my mat. I don't normally do that because I don't like it to come off on the edges, but we'll give it a little. And then maybe just a little in the middle of this framing area, if you can see. That was the back side. So now we'll just center this onto our mat. And there we go. There. And then we're going to come in with brand new ribbon. Love this. Here's all 5 colors. I love this satin ribbon. First off, it's fun because it's got that kind of stitching in it. But secondarily, this is so soft and pliable. I love using this. So we're just going to add it to our card here. And I'd say I probably used, let's see, 4, 8, plus 5, that's 13, about 13, 14 inches at the most, I would say. But when I'm crafting at home, I just use it right off the spool like this and then just cut it off. And it saves you a little bit on your ribbon. Now we're going to add that to our base. And this was the Midnight Muse. All right. So I'm just going to add some dimensionals on the back of our peacock here. Get that off. And we'll just put that right in the center of this frame. Now certainly our card could be done there, but I just really wanted to add some bling. So we're going to add some rhinestones to that. Them on. I like to use my paper piercer or even the tip of my scissors to put these on, and it does require 10 of them. And voila, you have got a blinged out peacock. Isn't that great? Love the sparkle on that. Now I've got just one more sample to show you. Now, I shared this card last week and promised a video, so I'm going to show you. It's the same technique, but it has a little bit of a twist on it. Okay, so here's the twist, is that you want to stamp beforehand. Okay, so we're going to, this is already stamped. This was the Delightful Dozen. This is from Autumn Days. It is retired. And then what you're going to do is you'll put it in your square lattice folder, and you'll take that to the Big Shot. Okay, for this one, then, it covered the entire piece of paper and our stamping as well. So then our stamping is already on there this time. So I want to frame the pheasant. So the image is right there. I can see that my frame is going to go around it. I'm going going to move it over just a tad. And I know that his little tail feather that is going to come off, but that's going to give a cool look to that. And again, you'll put your shim, essentially this is a shim, on top of that. And same sandwich as I talked about before, tab 2, no bottom plate, then your material, and then your top plate, and send that through. So here's what you get. Isn't that nice? Very fun, very easy. Your friends will be amazed at how you did that card. So we've got 2 great cards using that double texture embossing technique. One done with the stamping before and one done with the stamping afterwards. So I hope you enjoyed that today. Great 10-minute Tuesday cards. And be sure to join me at DOstampingWithDawn.com.